Now we're going to add two more checkbox preferences for allowing users to toggle on and off whether they see this treble triangle or this mid-range square. Now this process is very similar to the one that we just did for the base circle checkbox preference. So if you'd like some less guided practice, go ahead, pause this video, and try this one out on your own. Otherwise, you can follow along with me. I'm going to start off here in this Preference Visualizer XML, and I'm going to add two new checkbox preferences. Now that I have these two new preferences, as per best practices, I'm not going to hard code any of these values. Instead, I'm going to go to the strings.xml file and the bools.xml file to add all of these new values. So let's do that now. Here are all of the new string values. I have one for the label and key for both of the preferences. I'm also going to want to add two new Boolean values for the treble and the mid-range. To see some difference in the default state of the app, I'm going to set these two to false. Now back in my XML, I can actually start adding these values. Okay, now that's done, my preferences should show up on the settings screen. And they do, but this isn't affecting the app yet. To do that, I'm going to need to change my code in two places here in the visualizer activity. The first is onCreate. Scrolling down in the setup shared preferences method, which is called from onCreate, I'm going to change this setShowMid call to look at shared preferences. Here, I'm taking shared preferences and calling getBoolean from it, passing in the key and the default value. I'm going to do the same for setShowTreble. Alright, so now when the app first loads, it should have the correct preferences. The other place that I need to change the code is down here in the onShared Preference Change Listener. I'm going to make two additional if statements. These if statements check which preference changed, and then they update the visualizer view in the exact same way that it was updated up here in Setup Shared Preferences. And that's it. Let's try running it. This is looking good. It looks like it's reading the initial preferences. Then here, if I change these, it updated the preferences. Awesome.